Hey everyone, Extreme Crypto here with some shocking crypto news. But before we get to the news, make sure to hit that subscribe and like button so we can keep on growing the crypto adoption. Bitcoin supply shock. Only 12% of Bitcoin supply is on exchanges now. Only 12% out of more or less 18 million coins. The percentage of Bitcoin supply on exchanges is a metric that tells us the ratio between the exchange reserve and the total supply of crypto. When the value of this indicator moves up, it means exchange wallets are receiving a net amount of coins, as investors usually send their coins to exchanges for selling purposes. This supply is often reserved to as the sell supply of the market. Therefore, an uptrend in it can be bearish for the price of crypto. On the other hand, when the metric values moves down, it means holders are withdrawing their Bitcoin from exchanges. Prolonged such trend can imply there is accumulation going on in the market, and the available supply is shrinking. Hence, downwards movement on the indicator can be bullish for Bitcoin. Now here's a chart that shows the trend in the value of the metric over the 5 years. As you can see in the above graph, the percentage of the Bitcoin supply on exchanges has shrunk down to just 12%. The indicator last all-time high was made around 16%. Since then, the metric has been steadily making its way down and has now dropped 4% in value. Now, if the exchange supply is getting less and less, people is accumulating Bitcoin, holding it in cold storage. Now the question is, why would someone hold Bitcoin in cold storage? Only if they believe it has value for the future. And if it's dropped that much, it means there's a lot of people that's believing in Bitcoin and the value for the future. Now let's just look at Librium Crypto. Librium Crypto is a crypto trading execution site where users get the benefit and freedom of social trading. We are building the initial group of affiliates to help us grow a massive user base. All you need is a referral code, and then you can build your group of affiliates. The target is to have 2 million users by the end of 2022. Our service offers includes two packages: a crypto signals platform as well as a complete automated trade execution platform with real traders. The automatic trades are processed with trade credits and not on a specific time frame. This allows the trades to happen naturally in the market. If the market is flat, you are not wasting time on a monthly subscription. So you can get crypto trading signals to your automatically get the same trades the traders make. Now, Ledger Crypto uses API keys. It's real traders trading, and every time one of the traders puts in a trade which you're following, your trade gets mirrored on your side. It's spot trading, so if the market drops or goes the wrong way, you only devalue and you don't lose your capital. The link for this will be down in the description. It's still in pre-launch, so sign up. There will be a free period to test it out. And then you can decide, are you moving forward or are you leaving it? Bitcoin dominance rate reaches lowest weekly close since 2018. Bitcoin dominance has been sharply decreasing since January 2021, when it had just reached a high of 73.63%. Since the beginning of May, it has been hovering just above the 40% horizon support area, which has been in place since 2018. While there are being the catalyst for two bounces, the second was weaker than the first, which was a sign of weakness. In another bearish development, last week's close, red icon was the lowest since 2018. The technical indicators are providing mixed signals. While there is a considerable bullish divergence developing in both the RSI and the MACD, Both indicators are still in a negative territory. Therefore, the weekly time frame does not provide the consensus for the direction of the trend, but it's leaning on bearish. Now, with the dominance being the lowest since 2018, means Bitcoin volume is going away from Bitcoin and it's moving into the alts. So we might see the alts start moving rapidly. Kazakhstan miners are living out of suitcases. Where to now? This is the shocking news. They moved from China to Kazakhstan and they're still living out of suitcases. What is going on? Vincent Liu is a miner who moved to Kazakhstan from China. He was seduced by cheap electricity, but he's back to living out of a suitcase. He's considering moving to North America or Russia. Liu is not alone. There are many miners who deployed their capacities in Kazakhstan in the spring and summer of 2021. They are again thinking about relocation. They do not prefer a nomadic life. Kazakhstan miners lost sanctuary. In 2021, the Chinese authorities expelled the miners from their homeland. Many of them found a new home in Kazakhstan. Cheap electricity and the position of the authorities in relation to mining attracted several major players to the Central Asian country. Kazakhstan became a second place in terms of hash rate. In April, the Central Asian country accounted for 8% of the global hash rate. By August, this figure rose to 18%. 2 or 3 years ago, we considered Kazakhstan as a paradise for miners because of the favorable political environment and stable electricity prices, Liu says in an interview with Reuters. However, in early January, riots and mass protests broke out in Kazakhstan. This led to a temporary shutdown of the internet and even cell phone communication throughout the country. Data centers with mining equipment, as well as private mining farms that absolutely need the internet to work, went offline for several days. Now imagine that if you use the technology and the internet goes down, your communication goes down. And this is riots caused by a massive increase in gas prices. Such political instability in Kazakhstan could trigger a new wave of miner migration. Ilman, executive chairman of the board of directors at digital assets management company OneBoost, believes that the unrest and internet shutdowns could turn into an external threat to the industry. For miners, the companies, and private investors who invest a lot of money in this business, a stable supply of electricity in the required volumes and access to the internet is crucial. Security must be provided both privately and by the state. It turns out that both of these most important factors for miners are now under threat. Shash said in a comment to Be in Crypto. Now, the last time we've seen the miners move from China, we saw a massive drop in the market. All of them move more or less at the same time. We will we see a gradual move over this time, or will we see another dump as all of them pack up and move at the same time? Existential crisis. According to Aaron, head of the investment department at ICB Fund, Kazakhstan has ceased to be attractive for miners even before January. The internet shutdown was superimposed onto concerns about the tightening of government policies on mining. Mining farms in Kazakhstan operate mostly from outdated coal fired power plants. These are irritating government, which need to reduce its carbon footprint. In addition, energy intensive cryptocurrency mining equipment depletes electricity. Earlier, BN Crypto reported that Kazakhstan was forced to import electricity from Russia cover domestic deficits. The government raised taxes on miners and tightened oversight of the industry, much of which is still in the grey area. According to some estimates, the so-called grey miners consume twice as much electricity as legal companies. The authorities has raised the cost of electricity for miners. However, the tax on mining will hit first all legal companies that have become hostage of the situation. In this situation, the business has become hostage, and they have already incurred serious costs associated with the move, and it will be much more difficult to supply change the location again. The situation aggravated by the fact that the government is not able to deal with grey miners who illegally consume electricity. Now that's one thing. Grey miners taking electricity for the legal companies that can continue. They need to improvise, get them out and let the legal ones continue. We need the miners to bring in the Bitcoin. Kazakhstan miners domestic problems. Then Makon, co-founder of crypto mining company BTC KZ, believes that the influx of Chinese miners has exacerbated the problems for domestic miners. We believe that the development and stability of the mining industry in Kazakhstan is at risk, said Makanov. His firm has three data centers, a city in northern Kazakhstan with more than 30,000 mining rigs. He also added that power outages have made the company's business difficult. Where should the miners go? Russia and the US are the two most promising destinations for those who decide to leave Kazakhstan. The situation has changed and we are assessing the consequences. I think we will leave part of the hash rate in Kazakhstan and partially move to other countries, said Liu, a Chinese miner from Kazakhstan. According to Oren, Russia seems like a good option, given both its location and its common economic space with Kazakhstan. Now, if they leave and they still leave a bit of hash rate in Kazakhstan, we might not see that massive drop we've seen before when all the miners shut down at once, took their things, and moved. Who will stay? Then Makanov from BTC-KZ also sees Russia and the US as a promising direction, but at the same time he notes Kazakhstan remains an attractive country for miners with low taxes and labor costs. It is easier to do business in Kazakhstan, while capitalist projects and deploy capacities here much faster than in the West. This opinion is shared by Mike from the Canadian mining company Power. But in order to work in the region, he says, one must be immune to geopolitical risk and be comfortable with fossil fuel energy sources. Where will the miners go? What is their options? Will they have a massive effect on the current price? Leave me your comments and concerns down below. What will happen next? Have a great one